Hello everyone. Thanks for logging in to see my video. This is just an update video of what I've been up to. I joined the Replit Build-a-thon this past month. And honestly, I just got started into looking at AI and what you can do with AI. So this is only my second project ever built on Replit. So just going to talk through what I've been doing, how it's going, anything that's changed, anything that comes to mind. Hopefully this won't be too long. But to start off, the problem I was looking at was basically AI being an amazing tool for productivity, but it's a tool built for single player mode. The habits that are forming because of AI are causing people to prefer to use AI to problem solve rather than coworkers, or for a child to prefer asking questions to the AI rather than parents. So because AI is becoming a frequent touch point in people's lives, it needed to do a better job facilitating connection between humanity, because we're all made to be in community. So my mission initially began as, how could I use AI to help facilitate more connection? And I was going to focus on families. It's evolved a little bit more. Yes, I guess it became a little more narrow. So instead of that broad, it's the question I was trying to solve, or at least the question I was trying to explore, was how might we use AI to facilitate more connection within Christian homes? And that's sort of where I was working from. So the goal, I'm building an ecosystem of experiences meant to facilitate connection. What this could look like is our games that encourage collaboration, friendly competition, learning that's centered around Bible principles. And that's at least the first iteration of what I'm sort of working towards. The target niche is Christian families. That gives me a consistent theme to assess my experiences against, and I hope to make it a trusted place for people to find fun experiences that are in line with their values. So the first expression, like I said, it's a game. I'm building a multiplayer game with the purpose of helping people learn and remember memory verses in a fun way. Started out by, honestly, a lot of research videos on YouTube, trying to figure out how people actually build games with AI and what I could do. I found this really cool tool by this guy, from forgetting his name, but maybe I'll link it below, who has this thing called a tiny PRD. So I basically went back and forth with ChatGPT and Gemini just to get a structure, and I put it into this tiny PRD that gave me an even more detailed description of the game and how it could work. The game was really simple, and I gave Gemini a prompt based on the assets I was using, where it's Figma, because Figma is sort of where I started from. Yeah, these are notes I took from the video. But I started sort of just outlining what the homepage could look like, what loading states could look like, what the character selection could look like using cube world models. The game is super simple, and I sort of illustrated it and also used AI to help me sort of bring it together. But basically, it's a co-op game where you are trying to complete the verse in the shortest amount of time, and the verses are sort of attached to sheep that sort of wander around and sort of try to run away from you, and you're trying to get the sheep into your pen before the other person can do it. In terms of chaos mechanics, Gemini gave me this cool idea of, so I had the mechanic already, that if you took the wrong sheep and put it in your pen, if they're there for about 5 seconds, the gate stays open and the sheep can all run out. So Gemini said, with the twist, I could have another player take the wrong sheep and put it in in the rival's pen to cause all the other sheep to come out. So I thought it was an interesting dynamic. So that's how I started. The actual first version of what everything looked like was this when it began, so a lot of problem solving. But I basically gave it this prompt. I gave Gemini I limited to this character set, and I described the game, and I said to create a 3D mockup, and this is what it came up with. Then I went back and forth with it, and I also ended up creating like a game cover for it. Eventually, going back to Replit, sort of brought all my assets here. After the PRD was done, I had an original version, and I edited it and kept on going. Sort of telling Replit how I wanted it to think about breaking up the task. And when I was done, I took screenshots as I went along. This was sure was the first version of what it did. There were lots of issues. I couldn't see the sheep, and so I went back and forth with Replit for a while. Finally brought the sheep in, but again, scale was off all over the place. Removed some trees to make it easier for players to see. So again, start working on the sheep mechanics. It started by showing you the correct answers, which was odd, so fix that. Again, working with the pens to make them bigger so the sheep could fit, reducing the size of the sheep, fixing the gate mechanics. So that's sort of where I'm at, and this is currently what the character collection looks like. I'm gonna work on that next. But if I want to play the game real quick so you can see, where's my gamepad? I'm supposed to be able to work with the gamepad and a keyboard. So for example, if I load it up, press A. Oh, it's not on. There we go. Press A. So you can dash, I think would be. The sheep try to run away from you. You take a sheep, you try to put it in your pen. Oh yeah, there's a glitch I need to work on. And it blinks red to tell you it's the wrong sheep, and then the sheep sort of like runs away. Again, and this works for both keyboard and mouse. But yeah, still working out the kinks. But so far, that's where I'm at. I also finished my pitch deck, I think I showed earlier, talking about family time, AI facilitated experiences that bring Christian families together. Yeah, and I'm about done with that. So yeah, that's an in-progress look on where I'm at, what I'm doing, all the little fixes that need to come next, improving the landing page, how I want this to work. So it's going to be an ecosystem. I'm going to be adding more to it. So yeah, thanks so much for listening, and cheers. See you in the next one.